Hello, Fanihis! Today, we will be learning how to add and subtract fractions. Our weekend statement for 5.NF.1 is, we can add and subtract fractions with unlike denominators and mixed numbers. For this video, we will focus on adding and subtracting fractions with unlike denominators. Just a quick review. A fraction looks like this. The top number is called the numerator, and the bottom number is called the denominator. If you need a refresher on what fractions are, go ahead and pause this video and check out the Introduction to Fractions video on the Mr. Fanihi YouTube channel that was posted by Mr. Bias and Ms. Madrazo. If you're ready for more, then stay tuned. Let's take a look at this problem. 1/2 plus 3/7. We need a common denominator to add these fractions. To find our common denominator, let's count by the current denominators. Let's start with counting by twos. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. Now, let's count by sevens. 7, 14, 21, 28, 35, 42, 49, 56, 63, 70. These are the numbers we got when we counted by twos and by sevens. The first number in common that appears on both lists becomes the least common denominator. Do you see a number that they have in common? If you said 14, great job! We're going to make the fractions equivalent or equal. Remember, the common denominator that we found was 14. So we'll go ahead and put that as the new denominator for both fractions. For the next step, let's focus on the fraction on top. 1/2 equals to something over 14. You need to ask yourself, what number can I multiply to get from 2 to 14? Think time! If you said 7, you're right. Here's where it might get a little tricky. You need to remember that whatever you multiply to the bottom of the fraction, you'll need to multiply that same number to the top as well. So let's take that 7 again, and this time, we'll multiply it by 1. What does 1 times 7 equal? If you said 7, woohoo! So let's try that again for the fraction at the bottom. What number can I multiply to get from 7 to 14? Think time! If you said 2, alright! We're almost done! Quick! What does 3 times 2 equal? Yes, 6 is correct! Our equivalent fractions are now 7/14 plus 6/14. Now that they have the same denominator, all you need to do is add the numerators. 7 plus 6 equals 13. 13/14 is your answer. Whew, that was a lot of steps to remember. But wait, we're not done yet. The very last step you need to do is simplify. For a great video on how to simplify fractions, you can check out this video later. Let's try another problem. 3/7 plus 1/5. Since these fractions have different denominators, we cannot add them just yet. We need to find a common denominator. Let's start by counting by sevens. 7, 14, 21, 28, 35, 42, 49, 56, 63, 70. Next, let's count by fives. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, and 50. What is the common denominator? 35 is right. Now we're going to make the fractions equivalent. Remember, the common denominator that we found was 35. So we'll go ahead and put that as a new denominator for both fractions. For the next step, let's focus on the fraction on top. 3/7 equals to something over 35. You need to ask yourself, what number can I multiply to get from 7 to 35? Think time. If you said 5, you're right. Remember that whatever you multiply to the bottom of the fraction, you'll need to multiply that same number to the top as well. So let's take that 5 again, and this time, we'll multiply it by 3. What does 3 times 5 equal? If you said 15, yeehaw! So let's try that again for the fraction at the bottom. What number can I multiply to get from 5 to 35? Think time. If you said 7, hooray! We're almost done. Quick, what does 1 times 7 equal? Yes, 7 is correct. Our equivalent fractions are now 15 over 35 plus 7 over 35. Now that they have the same denominator, all you need to do is add the numerators. 15 plus 7 equals 22. 22 over 35 is your answer. Subtracting fractions works the same way. Let's try out this problem. 3/11 minus 1/5. Since these fractions have different denominators, we cannot subtract them just yet. We need to find a common denominator. Let's start by counting by 11. 11, 22, 33, 44, 55, 66, 77, 88, 99, and 110. Next, let's count by fives. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, and 55. What is the common denominator? 55 is right. Now we're going to make the fractions equivalent. Remember, the common denominator that we found was 55. So we'll go ahead and put that as a new denominator for both fractions. For the next step, let's focus on the fraction on top. 3/11 equals to something over 55. You need to ask yourself, what number can I multiply to get from 11 to 55? Think time. If you said 5, you're right. Remember that whatever you multiply to the bottom of the fraction, you'll need to multiply that same number to the top as well. So let's take that 5 again, and this time, we'll multiply it by 3. What does 3 times 5 equal? If you said 15, yeehaw! So let's try that again for the fraction at the bottom. What number can I multiply to get from 5 to 55? Think time. If you said 11, hooray! We're almost done! Quick, what does 1 times 11 equal? Yes, 11 is correct. Our equivalent fractions are now 15 over 55 minus 11 over 55. Now that they have the same denominator, all you need to do is subtract the numerators. 15 minus 11 equals 4. 4 over 55 is your new answer. This answer is already simplified. So 4 over 55 is your final answer. Today's lesson focused on adding and subtracting fractions with unlike denominators. Next time, we will show you how to add and subtract fractions with mixed numbers. Thanks for watching!